So now we're going to be looking at the Battle of Firaz, but from the early Muslim expansion series by Kings and Generals.
We have sparse information on the early administration of these lands. The Muslim sources claim that while the Persians living in the cities were often taken captive and enslaved, the local Arab population was forced to pay the jizya tax, but was otherwise allowed a degree of autonomy and even freedom of worship. More raids were sent across the Euphrates in the next month, while Khalid was contemplating what his next move should be. Attacking Ctesiphon was still dangerous, as that would have stretched the supply lines too much. That made an attack on the only Sassanid target in the area, the city of Firaz, the only option. Firaz was right on the border of the Sassanid and Eastern Roman empires. Khalid and his 20,000 reached the area in December. Once again, the sources are conflicted, but a few details that have reached our times allow us to form a coherent timeline. We know that the local Sassanid and Roman garrisons united their strength on the north side of the Euphrates, while Khalid held the crossing on the other side. Despite the fact that the Muslims...
Yeah, that's just so cool to see. I think, frickin' the Romans and the Sassanids, who, are infamously old rivals, always fighting each other, like, the rise of the Muslims kind of made them be like, holy crap, wait, time out, we need to deal with this, because like I said, it's come across like an explosion in a sense. They just blew up on the scene, the Muslims, and now freaking got the Romans, and they got the Sassanids, these great superpowers of the world, just now having to deal with them and seeing just how much of a threat they became so quickly. It is just amazing to just witness that,
Sources state that the united Roman Sassanid force was large. It is fair to assume that neither empire could have a large force in the area, since the Sassanids needed those troops in central Iraq, while the Romans were concentrating their own forces on the crucial coastal areas and urban centres already being raided by the smaller Muslim armies. Even with a united force and the inclusion of the local Arab tribes, the allies, led by the Sassanid commander, Hormozd Jadiyy, probably had between 15 and 25,000 troops. For 5 or 6 weeks, the armies remained opposite each other, as neither side had a safe place to cross the river. It seems that sometime in the third week of January, Khalid slightly retreated from the positions he held, perhaps baiting his counterpart into attacking. Indeed, the allied force crossed the river and formed up against the Muslims. Both sides had a similar disposition, with infantry in the centre and cavalry on the wings. The allied army charged the Muslims, probably hopeful that their heavier equipment would give them an advantage.
Hey, if you're a gun owner who wants to shoot better than you're...
If I know anything about Khalid, he doesn't seem to waste any movement. Like, he moved back to allow the enemy to cross. I think it was intentional. Like, the man is a chess player, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he would just... Granted, maybe this might be his first loss. I don't know, maybe he did make a mistake. But so far from what we've seen in this series, he doesn't seem to be making many. And he doesn't seem like a man who can afford to. And so I think that there was something intentional there, and he definitely wanted a fight. Though I'm wondering, like I said, I'm wondering if he's ever gonna lose, and if this might be it. But for now, I have faith in Khalid, and I think he has a plan. Like, I don't think this was just an accident. I think he wanted this fight, and I think he must have something up his sleeve.
Slowly but surely, this charge pushed Khalid's lines back. Simultaneously, the Muslim general ordered the cavalry units from the second rank to leave the main body and take position to the far left.
Oh.
The Roman Sassanid army continued to advance, and the Muslims retreated even further. Khalid's detached force was ordered to take the bridge and then attack the allies from the rear.
Holy crap, the flank! The oldest trick in the book. He did this before, though. Just like we covered a few videos back. he essentially led an army. I forgot which battle was it. The Battle of the River, or was it the Battle of? No, it's the Battle of Walaja. I can't say that. Point is, yeah, the enemy had a pretty good defensive position, but he led them while sending his cavalry force around to attack from the rear, drawing the enemy away from you know, their secure rear, so he can flank them. The dude's just using the flank. Again, the oldest trick in the book, but one of the most effective. And wow, I'm telling you, like I said, the guy has a plan. He plays chess while his enemies play checkers, you know?
This maneuver was successful, and Hormuzd Jaduyir's army immediately started losing cohesion. The allies thought that there was another big Muslim army that took the bridge and would soon surround them. Simultaneously, Khalid's main force started their counterattack, and those units of the allied army not killed on the spot started routing towards the northeast. A certain number managed to swim across the river, but more than half of the allied army was killed. Khalid lost a few hundred from his ranks. Khalid was about—
Holy crap. Another decisive victory from Khalid. Again, the man's a genius. I'm impressed by him. Like, I'm actually, like, he so far is the main character of this series, and I'm, like, following him, and like I said, I've never heard of this man before we started watching these videos, so this is just a learning experience, and I'm loving every minute of it, guys. Like, this is just, you know, this man's a great general. And we're gonna end the video right here, because I'm ending the video after every battle. And I guess next video we're gonna be covering the battle of the no, I'm not even gonna try. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.